Hey everyone, welcome back to Pokemon Rejuvenation. So on the last part, we discovered the hidden Team Zen base that was hidden in Carotos Mountain. And we eventually made our way here to Madelis' palace. So we saved right before Madelis told us to follow her and that she had something very, very interesting to show us. So we stopped right here. You definitely want to reorder your party however you may need to have it ordered. We're gonna move forward. Alita, Sensei, go on and join the pathetic group. Madelis, what kind of tricks are you playing? Tricks? No tricks here, Keta. Now go, Alita. I've done nothing but up my end deal. Decided to break it, so my revenge follows. That was designed to be completely in your favor and yours alone. In my favor. I mean, you lived, didn't you? It's more valuable than life. It's a shame something of such value will be lost. It has to be done. Has to be done. Let's get started, shall we? Ever since you've allowed me to set up here, continue the Shadow Pokemon. But on her request, I've been working on the strongest Shadow Pokemon. All this time, it's finally complete. All I need is to test it out, make sure it's suitable. Adam X. Adam X. Yes, beloved and glorious leader. Now feast your eyes upon this beauty. Now presenting the most powerful Shadow Pokemon to date. Mewtwo. Isn't my creation just absolutely beautiful? It took a year, but all those long nights of research and testing have made this all worth it. Now who blasted in a million pieces first? Oh, but before I do that, actually, one thing I have to do. System, activate the Snag Machine negation signal. Snag Machine negation completed. Operations no longer functional. This is quite unfortunate. Thanks to all the data I got from Zen, I was able to successfully create an EMP blast that would disable your machine. Very sorry, but snagging my precious Mewtwo is just not an option. This is bad. Without that snag machine, this isn't going to be easy. It's pointless to complete. I'm going to have to fight. And indeed we are, and this is pretty much the toughest battle to date. So starting off, this battle is effectively a 12v6, but that doesn't make it too terribly easy because you still have to deal with Keta's AI. And sometimes he makes some really weird decisions. There's also the fact that if you're lacking a steel type or a really good poison type on your team, then this battle can be extremely difficult. So starting off is the Floette. It has Sunny Day, Aromatherapy, Dazzling, Gleam, and Protect. Salandit has Poison Gas, Flame Burst, Venoshock, and Fake Out. So there's a good chance that the Salandit is going to fake out my Arena or the Pignite, and the Floette almost always protects on turn 1. Regardless, I'm going to go ahead and try to Poison Sweep the Floette. Mainly because if we knock out the Salandit on turn 1, something else, there's like a different setup that follows, and I'm not really familiar with that. I do know what happens if I Poison Sweep the Floette. I get it really low, down to red, and the Pignite also gets the Salandit really low. Usually down to red, but not quite this turn, I guess. So following this, they both swap out. So I want to aim for the Salandit. So next up is the Golbat as wing attack, use Ray, Double Team, and Venoshock. And the Houndoom, which is her ace that has Snarl, Flamethrower, Thunder Fang, and Crunch. Also, the Houndoom is holding a Chople Berry, which means it will reduce the damage taken from a super effective fighting type attack. So I want to preserve my meter here. It's really, really important that I do so. I'll go ahead and send in Loudred here. And the Pignite's actually going to get the Houndoom really, really low. Nice. I'll go ahead and sensory the Golbat right here. And just see how much I can do. And that's pretty good. So hopefully Keta's Mewtwo can knock out the Houndoom, and I can knock out the Golbat. Alright, so far so good. Again, Loudred is kind of something that I'm okay with throwing away at this point. Next up, the Floette and the Salandit are going to come back, and I want to go ahead and just take out whichever one I can. Doesn't really matter. And finally, here comes absolutely everybody's nightmare, the Mewtwo. So this Mewtwo has Shadow Bolt, Shadow Blast, Shadow Fire, and Shadow Chill, and absolutely none of that matters. Really, really doesn't. All those are Shadow moves regardless, so unless you're a Fairy type, then it hits you super effectively. So I want to see if I can take out Salandit. But it does outspeed me, so probably not. That's completely fine. I'm gonna go ahead and send in my Grappler right here. Since I have Sturdy, I'm pretty much guaranteed to live a hit, even from that Shadow Mewtwo there. And I do want to just hit everything with a Bulldoze. That'll be really, really nice. So I can lower the Mewtwo speed just a little bit. Unfortunately, I have to hit Scraggy too. That's just how it works. And finally, it's going to be the Aromatisse. As Calm Mind, Reflect, Light Screen, and Draining Kiss. This thing is really, really annoying. The reason it is so annoying is because of its Draining Kiss and its bulk. It'll survive a lot of hits, but it's also the fact that Keta's team is made up of mostly fighting types. Or rather, all fighting types. I don't know why I keep saying most. This means that the Aromatisse will always have a really, really good target for its Draining Kiss, and it will always be able to pretty much heal itself up. So, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get one more Bulldoze off. And I actually do. That's pretty good. And the Aromatisse finishes me off. It doesn't set up strings. That is also pretty good. So the Mewtwo is -2 speed now. So what mainly makes this battle really, really difficult is that you need Keta, assuming you don't have a Steel type or Poison type of your own that's decently leveled. You need him to send out Lucario at some point and Bullet Punch the Aromatisse down. But thankfully the Mewtwo is -2 speed, so hopefully I can get a Poison Sweep off. And that didn't happen. But what did happen is Mewtwo in Hyper Mode. That is also pretty good. So things could be going a little bit better. but that's fine. I'll go ahead and just see if I can spam Air Cutter a little bit. I really don't want this Machoke to survive for a long time, because it's not really that useful. Go ahead and send in my Lillipup. He's going to send in Lucario, and Lucario should pretty much automatically target their Aromatisse with Bullet Punch, so I'll go ahead and use Helping Hand. Or that works too. So now it's pretty much a 2v1. And we've actually pretty much won this. It should Bullet Punch the Aromatisse and almost take it out. And I do have my Combuskin right here, so I can just go ahead and Flame Charge. Flame Charge and a Bullet Punch, that should knock out their Aromatisse. So we actually won this. And I guess Lillipup to evolve after that. It's fine. Something else to note is that you can actually lose this battle and continue on with the story. Like, this is one of those battles that you can actually lose. Like, in a way, I think you might be, you're almost supposed to lose that in some ways, I think. You will lose 400 Poké Dollars, but you can continue on with the story, so that's not the end of things. Really? Well, I hate to admit it. That was pretty impressive, so... Shadow Mewtwo is completed. There seems to be a few things that require a bit of tweaking. No matter, there's enough energy left to finally dispose of all of you. On your last stand. Let's finish this. Madelis, stop this. You two, aim and fire at... What's going on? No. Voice. Really be? Leah. Sensei? Are you insane? A human cannot withstand the power of Shadow Mewtwo. A lot of wrong things in my life. People have lost their lives because suffering and their burden stay with me all my entire existence. One thing I can do is to atone for my sins by saving you two. No, don't be stupid. I'll return together. Lita, please forgive me. I've been a father. Wouldn't blink. Decided to resent me. Don't resent you. Never have. Last thing for me. Find the generator and destroy it. Undo the evil and malice I let loose in this world once and for all. I can't hold on much. Please. Okay, we'll go. Come on. Find that generator. Stand you. Almost seems like the one thing you want most isn't life, but death. So you understand. This is my atonement. Take a look at that. It's like the fight with Shadow Mewtwo knocked out the barrier. I bet you anything. The generator is somewhere in there. We need to go and Sensei. And indeed we do. Also, you don't need to heal up after that battle. automatically. So we'll activate the lift and go down here. You probably want to save somewhere around here as well, especially if you actually won that fight. This has to be where the generator is. It has to be. I apologize for keeping this room. Say anything because I thought. Doesn't matter. Find that generator. Warning. You're not authorized to enter. Please exit immediately. You again. I don't have time for you. And indeed we don't. Over here is another Rift Dex. Code Lydia. Go ahead and that. And I'm guessing this is probably about the last chance you'll have to save, so take it now. I don't understand. This isn't where the generator is. We've been through the entire place. There's nowhere else to look. What is with that creature that's just sitting in the magma like? Halt. Seriously, leave us alone before we turn you into a pile of scrap metal. Please lessen your violent tendencies. On further analysis, I've come to the conclusion that I hate this place and everything here. Oh, is that so? It's correct. As a result, I shall tell you how to destroy the generator. Really? I have to figure out where the generator is first. The generator you seek is directly. Generator is a Pokemon that's been modified to become the lab's generator. It's awful. It's suffering because of Madelis and Team Zen. Do we rescue this Pokemon? What do we do to set it free? Possible. Madelis has constructed its being to be possible to set free. Latched out the entire mountain is impossible. The only way to switch off the generator is to destroy it. Destroy it. That's correct. Must destroy it. Madelis. The bother. Can't even trust machines anymore. Spent a lot of money on you. Sleesh. Statement ignored. Madelis is the sensei. Is my father. Oh, Keta. Come now. Really think he'd survive? Like I said before, Shadow Mewtwo, most powerful Shadow Pokemon, is. Quite frankly, if Mewtwo wasn't a Shadow, it would have still torn through Keta like butter. No. But yes. Please, don't cry. Tears will evaporate. Pointless. I think the only thing you is begging for is, though I am fierce. See. So maybe if you get on your hands and so I'll be kind and I'm tired of hearing this witch speak. I'll take care of Madelis. For the generator. How ambitious. I'll humor you now. If you can defeat my glorious creation. And we'll find ourselves thrown into another rift. One with something calling out for its mother. So if you don't want to go through that story process, this is probably last time you're able to save before upcoming battle. And you definitely want party here. And we'll just... Oh, that trainer from the mountain. Here. I can't be here anymore. I want to go home. Take me to her. I don't have it. Say no. Thank you. Please take me to my mom. And he battles us in return. That's what we get for being nice. So this is the Rift Volcanion. Has Water Pulse, Overheat, Bulldoze, and Rock Slide. And it actually keeps its Water Absorb ability. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and just hit it with a Bulldoze. Something to note about this one is it's probably the easiest Rift, mainly because it has very, very low speed. So I'm going to go ahead and hang on with my Sturdy and just hit it with another Bulldoze and two-shot this. Warning, warning, generator not found. Fear meltdown, and let's evacuate. Mewtwo, what are you doing? Dare betray me? What did you do to me? Understand the situation. Get much danger put yourself in. You two, don't degrade your health over someone like this. Truly isn't worth the time or the energy. Listen, own. What did you do to my beautiful vision? You're the one who did reason. You should know exactly what you've done. Don't understand. Shadow Pokemon are bound by a limited supply of food. The more they fight, the more their hearts beat. You two, all trace heart battle outside of its. Warning, greater not. Severe meltdown is imminent. Please evacuate. Right. Destroyed the Rift Volcanion. This place is going to explode. Gothitelle, let's transport Alita them out of here. Why are you laughing? Gothitelle, what? What the hell is going on, Stacia? Been losing important assets left and right ever since the attack on Princess Oceania. One of them, Roselia. What are we supposed to do now that we lost something so incredibly vital? Not only that, Zeta has been by Crescent. Zeta is the only one capable of additional rifts. Calm yourself, Gear. You don't need to shout. I'll hear you. Don't shout. I think I'm pretty okay to shout as loud as I want. Dallas failed her mission as well. It's trash of an admin. Really understand. So calm about this. Devil. Just shut up, Gira. Hear your banter from the other room. I don't think you're in the right spot to tell me to. Gira, up. Sorry, Anastasia. Great to see you finally show your after your horrible. some insight. Drink. Your insight. I'm Madelis. It would be smarter if you answered Sia. I got caught up with. Oh? A traitor amongst us? Well, there was a supposed tried to retaliate against me back at the. Let an old list of you? Obviously not. After I disposed of him, I went after the children. Finally, done too much damage to the system already. Telling children responsible for your failure. Oh, no, not. Crescent showed up after I almost got rid of them. Crescent. Of the children must have power if they're able to take out a names were icy. Children definitely have power on their hands. Screw that. Zacia, let me handle it. Or being stuck here in this room all the time. Wish. Right ahead. Can't afford Adam X any further. That's the kid! Don't worry, I got them. And... still nothing from them? No, it's been a week and I haven't seen or heard from them. I'm sure they're turn up. What's that? Where have you been? Been gone for a week. Worried sick, you know. I remember was fighting Madelis and getting knocked out. Suddenly woke up here in Sheridan. Out. Isn't here. I know he's done some terrible things. I don't think he wanted to. If it weren't for him, what would have happened? Strong C4. That's what he. But that aside, I haven't just been moping around for a week. I knew you'd return. The eldest and I did some research for Pokemon. I think we found something that can purify Shadow Pokemon. You're the eldest is to tell you. Let's go speak to her, okay? And we shall. Actually, they're pretty far away, so I'm just going to cut to the point where they are. They're actually in the front of Sheridan. Also, if you didn't heal your team up before coming here, you might want to do that. Not necessary, but this is one of those times where you don't actually get a free heal. It was once said, to open one's heart and mind. Power is indeed hidden somewhere in Sheridan. Why is it hidden? Is it something we must protect? Yes, in fact it's crucial. People have tried to steal this power in the past. Off this. Oh, the iron. Yourselves up. Closed itself. In a way, it has, but the time has come to an end. Come with me. Here we are. Huh? understand. It's just a clay figure of some Pokemon. Not just any. This is actually the gateway. It's a gateway. Correct. Its body is imbued with spiritual energy. Only those with permission from here on its head. And I guess we have to fall. Welcome to the Spring of Purification. This is the Sacred Grove. Spring isn't as powerful as it was many years ago. However, this is where you'll be by cross. Where we are able to bless this area by calling voice of the forest. Howard. Have to do to call it. I'll show you. Yeah. Hear that noise? Things during our battles. Play me with these lame excuses to why you're losing. Hey, I'm serious. I'm not making this up. Eldest, nothing seems to be happening. Just have patience. Still a while for. Eldest, was that it? Voice of the Forest? Looks like it's finally here. Celebi. It's here. Celebi. Forest. Please bless the shrine that we may pure. Thank you for your Celebi. Wait, it's leaving just like that? Stay in one. After all, looks hour to travel across time. Must return home. See. Now they can naturally purify any Shadow Pokemon's heart is can be purified here. That's great to hear. Now you're that much. You glad you met me? But it's it for you here, isn't it? In here and continuing. This one too. Best, okay. Since you, I'm sure you'll be visiting a lot since you'll be needing to purify Shadow. Oh my gosh, totally forgot. Really done. Madelis ruined Fang machine. Ugh, I remember now. She jammed its signal or something. I may have a solution. Huh? You? Yes. This engineer visited Uwa town. I believe her name was Saki. Anyway, might be able to fix that snag machine. Oh, you're a genius, eldest. You go to Okua town, find Saki, might be able to fix that snag machine. Don't you go along, oh, Alita. It? Really go? About the village. They do without a sensei. Survive. Survive. We'll look after the... Well, thank you, eldest. Won't regret this decision. But, left the village. I'm not exactly sure how to... Take a look at that. Currently, this is where we are. Spring up to a town. Final destination is up north. About here. Huh? Path looks isolated. We're way up there. Once upon a time, you could take the train from East Gearin City. That line no longer exists. Nowadays, I hear that there's a way you can get to Route 4 from Golden Leaf Town. Leaf Town is down this way. Girden, you'll need to make your way through Route 3. Route 3 is a straight shot. Shouldn't have any trouble getting there. Got it. You'll get there without any problems. But there's one thing I like to say before. We'll be fine. No need to worry. Roselia is fixed on something. It's hard to stop her. So much. I was trying to warn you two about before Alita stormed off. We'll have to go through Golden Leaf Town. Full of Golden Leaf Town. Visitors. Let's be careful. Leave here. The red cube. And that's pretty much it for this place. We need to be off. Kind of. If we move a few steps down, we'll see Keta. Or what looks like him. Doing well. I'd like for us to talk in the grotto. I can take you there if you'd like. And no thank you. Very well. This do not take long. The reason I said no is because I don't actually have a team, so I'll have to make my own way there, fortunately. I recommend that you say no to that as well, because chances are most people will forget, heal their team up between taking out the Volcanion and actually going to the shrine. So back here at the Amethyst Grotto, we want to go ahead and move forward. It's been a long time. Well, you could not see me. See you. You were able to. Fortunately, I was not able to walk out alive. This is fine. We're prepared for this outcome. Now, that means for you. It means that you cannot receive a badge from me, correct? Fine. Settled. I also wish to leave the realm of... able to put my soul to rest with the battle. Badge for you. Soothe my soul. It's battle. So unlike Keta himself, Spirit of Keta uses a much different team. So, despite him having a different team than the regular Keta, we also fight him on a Blessed Field, which you can check out. Blessed Field on the field effect manual that you got while downloading on Rejuvenation. Starts with the Donphan, has Rock Tomb, Bulldoze, Ice Shard, and Poison Sweep, and Donphan is really bulky physically. So I want to hit it from the special side with my Loudred here. Loudred's kind of just here to soften it up. Psychic type attacks will also get a small bonus here on this. So that's pretty nice. Hopefully I can get 2 extra sensories off unless I get really unlucky, and I do. And after that, Loudred's just kind of moderating. I'll send in my Zubat right here, and hit it with Stab Confusion, and clean this right up. Next up is going to be Krokorok, and I want to send in my Huskin on Hunt. Krokorok is holding a Citrus Berry. It has Bite, Bulldoze, Home Claws, and Poison Sweep. and I just want to hit this pick. It's always going to try to set up with claws. So I'll trigger that Sitrus berry right there. And with one speed boost, I am now faster. Next up is going to be Roselia, and I don't want to keep my Combustion actually. So I'll go ahead and send in my Zubat. And I'll hit this with the Confusion. It's usually a 2-hit KO. This Roselia is holding the Occa berry, which reduces power of super effective fire type attacks, has Magical Leaf, Hidden Power Water, Venoshock, and Sea. So his Roselia is clearly sort of a bait for fire types. Next up is going to be his Lapras. I want to send my Nidorina here. So his Lapras is holding a Sitrus berry, has Body Slam, Water Pulse, Freeze Ray, and Confuse Ray, and I'm going to try my best to hit this with a Rock Smash as much as I can and lower its defense, hopefully. And that critical really took me down. That's unfortunate. So I'll probably only get one. I didn't even get any. It's really unfortunate. So that happens, and I'll just have to send in my Combustion right here as it is, and double kick it down. I have to take one Water Pulse. Hopefully I don't get two. And with a speed boost, I should be faster now, and I should be able to take this out. Next up is going to be Ninetails, and I want to send in my Traveler on that. Ninetails is holding Charcoal, has Flame Burst, Will-O-Wisp, Extra Sensory, and Faint Attack, and I just want to spam Bulldoze. And it actually missed its Will-O-Wisp. Oh, that's really nice. What Will-O-Wisp does is it burns you, and burns will reduce your attack to half, so it's really, really nice. So it doesn't matter if I get burnt now, because I can still knock it out. Next up, and finally, is going to be Glade. This is what it feels like to be at the end. You can almost see her. Glade is holding the Black Belt, as Low Sweep, Psycho Cut, Faint, and Poison Sweep. Black Belt pretty much does exactly what you would expect it to do. It boosts the power of fighting type attacks. I'm basically going to let it knock out my Grappler. I was not paying attention, unfortunately. So it's just going to low sweep me and knock me out. Pretty clean. I'm going to send in my Herdier after that. I'll get the Intimidate off from my Herdier, and then I'll get the Baby Doll Eyes off, which is a priority move when it's attacked by one. So I'll be able to get out 3 Baby Doll Eyes and get this Glade to -3 attack, which is pretty nice. I'll send in Combustion just to get a little bit of chip with Quick Attack. And then I'll finally send in my Zubat here, and we'll clean up with Air Cutter. So it usually takes about 2 Air Cutters. I could get critical right there, because Psycho Cut does have a high critical hit ratio, and critical hits will ignore the negative bonuses. Really, really bad. Faint Attack is also a priority move, but clean up his Glade with that. Show me your fullest potential. And that's the Spirit Keta battle. I see. This is how it will be. Yes, for once I can see the light. Warm light that engulfs my soul. I no longer have any regrets in this world. As a reward, I shall give you this. I'm grateful for all that you... However, the world is still at... Team Zen must be stopped. Because if you don't, everything will cease to exist. And so that's the end of Chapter 2. We're prompted to save Well, if we move over here, we'll actually find the TM for Stacking Shot, which we want to take that. That battle was actually mildly infuriating for me. I did have to restart once because I made a little bit of a mistake on my own, and then I had to restart like 3 other times because I kept getting interrupted. But anyways, with that badge, we can now level ourselves up to level 30, which is going to be really handy, and eventually we'll be able to go back to the Amethyst Cave, or the last room in this cavern, and take on Nove. But we're going to continue to skip that for now. So instead, we're going to go ahead and back to Village. Back here at Cheerden Village, there's one thing I want to take care of before the road, and that's this house. Gothitelle is mocking you. Gothitelle threw the Nuzleaf at you. Wild Nuzleaf attacked. So you can actually catch this Wild Nuzleaf if you want. And if you do catch it, remember we do have a Leaf Stone, a very, very early Leaf Stone that we can use to evolve it into a Shift Tree if you so desire. Gothitelle laughed in your face. And Gothitelle teleported out of there. That was pretty rude. But thankfully nothing really bad happened out of that. Anyways, like I said, we're gonna hit the road. This is the entry to Route 3. I can talk correctly. And you probably want to save right here and up your party a little. I'm gonna send in my Herdier in front. Also, you'll notice I purified the Grimer finally, and it's on the team with the experience. It doesn't have the most useful moves, and it doesn't even have the most useful name. It's timid. Yeah, it's timid. Pretty bad. I tend to swap around between Grimer and the Nidorina. Basically, Grimer does pretty good up until a point where you realize that you can't do so well without evolving it into Muck, and at that point you can take out your Nidorina, evolve it into the Queen, and use it instead, and just swap them out as they're... So I'm gonna put my Herdier in the front, actually. I may regret this. Hopefully I don't. But with this, we're going to go ahead and go down here. Oh, would you look at that? It's an Icy I spot with my... It's been a while since we last met, huh? That was when you got your first Pokemon, actually. Yes, that's the last time I've seen the Professor around, too. You heard about them, right? Elia and Jenner both disappeared. Both of them. I really hope it's just some impromptu vacation or something. Jen is being swarmed with emails and angry. All about Jenner. Poor guy. I hope he'll pull through. Anyway, minus all that gloomy stuff, how have you been? Ooh, badges now, aren't they? Definitely become quite the decent trainer if you're able to get at 2 badges. Well, thought we put those new skills to the test. Don't worry, it's my actual team for this. And she won't, but it'll still be a little bit difficult. She starts off with a Bronzor. It's holding a Heat Rock, it has Sunny Day, Gyro Ball, Ray, and Sidewave. It can be a little bit annoying. I have Crunch on my Herdier, so I'm just going to go ahead and assault this Bronzor. That actually did pretty good damage. I didn't expect the crit. So she's going to swap into Charmeleon, and I'm going to hit myself in Confusion. So this Charmeleon has Charcoal, Flame Burst, Dragon Rage, Sunny Day, and Air Cutter. Which is pretty shocking. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and just see what I can do. Another Crunch. Maybe I can get a defense drop. This Charmeleon is just really dangerous, especially because it has Dragon Rage. Dragon Rage just does so much damage at this point in the game. Shockingly so. I don't know if I want to give up my Herdier just yet. I think I will. There's nothing else on my team that I really want to take in. take an attack, so I'll be alright with that. Instead, I'll just send in my Graveler here and hit it with the Bulldoze. And that'll knock it right out. Next up is going to be her Weeping Bell, so I'm actually going to go ahead and send in my Muskin on this one. Unlike the Roselia that Keta had, this is not a bait. This Weeping Bell does have the Miracle Seed, has Razor Leaf, Knockoff, Sleep Powder, and Hidden Power Fire. And it's going to Sleep Powder me. Of course it does. So I'm just going to try to break through that in first turn. With that, I'll take that. And I'll just keep going with this. Next up should be either... Yes, you can learn Fang, of course. Next up should be the Miltank. The Miltank doesn't have an item. It does have Stomp, Milk Drink, Thunder Wave, and Stacking Shot, however. So I should slowly be able to take out this Miltank. Even with a Thunder Wave, I should have enough speed boost on me that I can... Yeah, I actually do. That the Thunder Wave doesn't really matter. I might get full paralyzed at some point, however, I'm still pretty fast at this point. From here, she'll try to send out Bronzor again, and she'll just hit it with the Flame Charge and knock it out. And finally, she's going to send in Torracat. Rated yet? I know I am. Don't think so. Torracat has Intimidate, unfortunately. It's holding the Muscle Band. It has Swagger, Flamethrower, Bite, and Double Kick. And I'm just going to try my best to get as much damage as I can in here. Even though I resisted, that Flamethrower kinda hurts. So that's it for my Combuskin. I'll go ahead and send in my Swoobat right here. And I should be faster, and I should be able to knock it out with Combuskin, or get pretty close. Never failed to impress me. Superb! Definitely picked up a thing or two since last time. Going like this and you'll make it high up on the ladder in no time. Say, we have 2 badges now, right? So you can use this now. So why don't you take it? And she'll give us Cut. That isn't required to get through Route 3, but it'll help you access other places. Being said, this is where your journeys are becoming more difficult. Most trainers give up once they reach 1. So you'll really prove something, manage to get there and defeat their leader. Well, about time I get going. Time for me to get back to Giran City. I give new trainers their Pokemon and all that. Oh right, almost forgot. I saw Rin a little while ago. A little tense. Don't be surprised if he challenges you to battle or something. Challenged me to one without any preparation really. Won that battle? I'll keep that to myself, I think. Anyways, that's not too terrible. I guess we have Cut, and I'm just going to heal up really quickly. But since we have Cut, we can actually access a lot of cool things. Assuming we're willing to teach it, and am. But I'll get back to you as soon as I find something I'm actually able to. So that's better. Went ahead and I grabbed the Meowth from my PC, I purified it, and got it Cut. You know, that's just life. You get turned into a shadow Pokemon, and suddenly the trainer that rescues you and purifies you starts to use you. Over here we'll actually find the TM for False Swipe. There is one other place that I do want to go ahead and check out. It's actually in the Amethyst Cave, so I'll meet you there. Here at the central cavern of the Amethyst Cave, we want to move on over left. Here in the central cavern of the Amethyst Cave, we want to move over to the left. You may have noticed this spot before. There really wasn't anything over here before, because if you smashed your way out here to the Pom-Pom meadow, you may have noticed a few trees that were blocking your way. You can now cut those and you can explore. You can collect the yellow nectar, and you can run around and find different Pokemon. You can talk to this person. Special seeds from the Alola region. Planted them around a one gathered at these spots. Gain power from the nectar hidden with these flowers. That's all she'll tell us, and that pretty much spells it out for you. You can find the Pom-Pom version of Oricorio over here. You can find Cutiefly and some other Pokemon that we could pretty much already find over here. So that's not a big deal, unfortunately. That's pretty much it. So there's nothing really special about this place, although Oricorio isn't too terrible, honestly. After that, we want to go ahead and outside of the Amethyst Cavern. Outside the Amethyst Cavern is another cut tree that we could cut down. There's not much we can do with this one, though. Leave this over this. Is it? Back here on Route 2 outside the Amethyst Cavern, if we cut down this tree, we can go ahead and grab a magical seed right there. Not much, but it's something. Consider it consolation, if nothing else. But we can't seem to go across this bridge. Saw a rare Pokemon pass this bridge. To study it for my research. Sorry, but I won't allow you to come this way. You're just like the guy in Hoenn that was studying his own footprints. So anyways, that's all we can really do here. So for now, let's go ahead and actually head back to Giran City. We're here in Giran City. First off, we want to go ahead and start off over here. And if we move over to the left side of the lab, this person, oh, you have at least 2 badges now. Means you can participate again. If you don't remember, this was the virtual badge or virtual league. I'd like to participate in testing again. Yes, we would. Awesome. Okay, let's see where we left off. After defeating Faulkner, you made your way to Azalea Town. In your journey, your Cyndaquil evolved into Lava. While on Route 33, catch a Hoppip and a Quillfish. But wait, run into the criminal game Team Rocket. After a long encounter, you drive Team Rocket out of Azalea Town. While you make your way to the Azalea Town gym, confront Bugsy. This is what he says. I'm Bugsy. I never lose when it comes to Bug-type Pokemon. My research is going to make me authority on Bug-type Pokemon. Let me demonstrate what I've learned from my studies. Here he comes! So again, if you picked Cyndaquil, this is pretty easy. If you picked anything but poor Chikorita, this is going to be pretty easy. Because Cyndaquil will just run right through this. Even Totodile has a pretty easy time of this. The interesting thing about the Virtual League is that all your choices will carry over no matter what. But once you start something, there's no going back. So I might actually sweep this with Cyndaquil. Or Lava. Oh, amazing! Defeated Bugsy! My modifications weren't enough again! Alright, you've earned it. Please take this badge. That's all I have for you, actually. Nothing more I can do. There are other dev members on this online fan game scattered throughout the region. If you find them, please challenge them. So from now on, it's pretty much up to us to find the other dev members and challenge them on our own time. So there's one last thing I kind of want to take care of before we leave Giran City. So for that, I want to head over to Park. If you move over to Gear and Park, in the lower left-hand corner, there is a Budew running around. And assuming you have a gourmet treat, and assuming it comes near me again, I think it's running from me. Okay, there we go. Budew is waddling around aimlessly, and if we give it a treat, it waddles around without breaking eye contact. I'm gonna play with Budew, and it'll battle you. And of course, you can catch it. You can only do this after you've gotten 2 badges. I addressed this earlier when I first visited Gear and Park, and I clearly stated that it would not appear unless you had 2 badges, because imagine some people come here thinking that the Budew is going to be there from their previous runs and whatnot, and it's not. So go ahead and catch it if you want. Anyways, with that, we're pretty much done for this part. Thank you all for watching. This is a long one. This has probably gotten over an hour of footage. But since I'm back to my older upload schedule, I feel a bit more comfortable with letting it go on that long, thankfully. There was also just so much story in this episode, it actually got to a point where I did have to take a break. I was running out of air. I was ending up breathless. But I did want to make sure that I actually accomplished something reasonable outside of the story. So again, thank you all for watching, hope you enjoyed, hope it helps, and I will catch you on the next one.